Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. End of March. So it's not a full week, but it's should be a kind of a busy week. It's not a full week until the end of the month. April's on Friday, but we do have some interesting earnings before the month of March wraps up, and then obviously April means earnings season's almost here. So it's kind of like the quiet before the storm because you don't have a ton of names reporting, but that should change pretty soon. And before you know it, it's going to be just we're going to be knee deep in earnings season. So it's going to be a lot going on in the next like month and a half. Before the open on Monday, is really nothing of interest. After the close on Monday, even really I'm not that interested in it. But Dave and Buster's PLAY. The price in at about 425. I guess I've just been avoiding restaurant stocks, so I doubt I'm gonna do anything with this. Every once in a while, though, it'll have a big move around earnings if it's something you want to take a look at. Before the open on Tuesday, cons. It's about 3 points is what's expected, but those are monthly options. It's been less of a consistent move around earnings than it once was. Um, and I guess it's kind of closer to the bottom of its yearly range, so you can see if I scroll out. It's just still not a very compelling setup to me. There's other more interesting retail reports this coming week, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this one either. All right, after the close on Tuesday, so Tuesday is kind of the big day next week. Micron, it's really one of the only big tech names. They're pricing in 7 points. Um, it's a big chip stock. It's a big report because it can impact other names too. Memory stocks, they haven't been the strongest lately. Micron's well off its high. It did have a strong quarter back in December though, so that was this move here. Um, and it's had a relatively consistent history of moving around earnings lately. 7 points, it seems high. So I guess the only way I would really see myself being involved here is if I was able to get risk down a bit. Also, Western Digital, Seagate, they may move off of this report. Could also be sympathy plays. All right, so into some retail now. So Chewy's is pricing about 625. Um, the stock is off its recent low, but the last 2 quarters have not been good for Chewy's. Both lowered guidance. It does seem like more of a bearish setup after this latest bounce and these recent weaker earnings releases, and the fact that it's just rallied almost $10 in the last 2 weeks does seem to me to provide a little bit more room on the downside. Lulu, about 25 and a half points is what's priced in. Had a solid print last quarter, but it was actually knocked lower at the beginning of January on this bar right here because they gave some preliminary guidance, which actually wasn't bad. It just wasn't like a huge beat. Nike and Adidas both had strong recent reports, so I guess it wouldn't surprise me to see Lulu make a run ahead of its own earnings. And any trade, I guess, is going to depend on where it is the day of the report. Because if it's up a lot going into it, then it might be less of a focus for me on the actual numbers. Restoration Hardware, about 41 to 42 points is what's priced in. Um, this could be interesting. It's a lot of question marks, but it could be interesting. It had a big pop last quarter on earnings, so that was this move, and it's down. It's down basically about 50% since then. Options, they're not cheap, but it does seem like a setup where the stock should move. Plus, it's also historically a large move around earnings, which kind of gives you a little bit more confidence that yeah, you have to lay out the money, but it has moved quite a bit in the past. The risk reward might be slightly skewed higher, but I mean just a retest of the recent low down around like 300 or so, like 310. I mean even then that's enough to move more than what's priced in. So there just seemed to be room in either direction on this one. Wednesday before the open, BioNTech about 17 points is what's priced in. I'm not sure what to make of it. Pfizer had more of a downbeat guide, and they're BioNTech's partner, but Moderna had a better quarter, so kind of a toss-up pattern to me. Vaccine stocks, they were starting to see a little bit of a uptick with the case numbers going up again. So even if I don't do anything on the earnings release, I might actually look at this as like maybe like a post earnings swing trade opportunity, depending on how the numbers are and what the stock does that day. Also Wednesday, Five Below, about 15 points is what's priced in. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, they both had decent reports this quarter. So I feel like that should make for a little bit higher expectations for Five Below. Option pricing actually doesn't seem too crazy on it either, and it does look like something that could move. So I might look at a more of like a speculative volatility strategy on this one. After the close on Wednesday, Path about 5.5 points is what's priced in, but those are monthly options. Kind of a lackluster recent software IPO. I mean, you can see it's just stuck in this real steady downtrend. These patterns have been tougher on the long side into earnings lately. So for me, it's either an avoid or maybe a bear idea. But I might keep an eye on it post earnings if I don't do anything with it on the earnings release, because if it can break the downtrend, there's longer term potential. But I mean, that'd be more of like a wait and see on the bull side. Before they open on Thursday, Walgreens, so about 2.5 points is what's priced in. It's lagged CVS recently, and it's well off its high from 2022. So it's coming off a beat and raise in January, which is what led to this rally up here. So you can see it's well off that level. I feel like there might be more upside if the numbers are solid again, and they're also apparently shopping their boot stakes. So maybe that could be something they talk about on the press release. After the close on Thursday, really like the last big name of the week, and I mean, big if you consider BlackBerry a big company, but they're pricing in $1. I mean, meme stocks are back in play this week, so obviously that means BlackBerry is moving around. It's been a tough name for a long time, and last quarter's report was really not good. So I don't know if I want to be involved here. It doesn't stand out to me as a great setup, but meme stocks, they're in play. You never know with these things. Sometimes they can have a crazy move. It's just, if I were to look at this just from like a strictly, risk to reward earnings perspective, and not think about it being a meme, I'd say I don't know if I want to be involved, but stranger things have happened, right? I mean, every once in a while these stocks will do something wild, and you're kicking yourself for not taking a shot. So we'll see how the week goes. Might be something I'd nibble with, depending on how the first few days leading up to it are. And then that's it, because before the open on Friday, there's nothing scheduled. So a couple big names, a couple big priced in moves. We'll see how the earnings go, but one way or the other, earnings season's around the corner, so it's going to get busy. It's going to get a lot busier, a lot quicker once the calendar changes. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events or earnings with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options in play. Have a great weekend. Stay well, and I will talk to you all on Monday.